Hello everyone, let's talk about telescopes, more specifically how they work. And when we want to learn something new, often we try to relate it to something that we know already. In this case, our own eyes. If you're watching this video, you're probably using your eyes. And there's something in your eye, I'm pointing at it with my powerful pink pointer, named a lens. And the lens is what focuses the light on the red part in the back, the retina. The lens is there to solve this problem. Sometimes an image appears blurry, and sometimes it appears clearly. So, for example, you could put your finger right against your eye. That's very blurry, unclear. As you move your finger away from your face at about the foot or foot and a half point, your finger becomes clear, and it's clear all the way until the other end of the room, or however far away you can move your finger. And what's happening there is that your lens inside your eye is getting fatter or skinnier depending on how far away the object is. Another way to make your lens work, and it's kind of fun, is to stand by a window and focus on the glass and then focus on the things that are behind the glass, like the trees outside or the cars. And when you're doing that, your lenses inside your eyes are going to be working, and they're going to be getting fatter or thinner. So the telescope works with a lot of the same principle. There's a big lens at the front of the telescope, usually very thick, to take in the light and increase the magnification. It focuses down in one point there, and then there's a lens at the other end of the telescope where you put your eye, and that lens will turn the let's say the very concentrated image into something that's the size of what you would look at through your eye. So you might ask, I have a small telescope, I can look at the moon, and that's been greatly used in the past. For example, Mr. Galileo, when he looked at the moon, he saw that it had rocks and mountains and valleys just like the surface of the earth. And that was kind of a shock for people, because up to that point they had thought that the moon was this big shiny ball, this big translucent ball, a kind of like a pearl floating up in the sky. And that's the thing, like when you can look with a telescope, then you can see things really as if you were much closer to them. It's a great way of discovering the universe, which the reality is we've discovered a lot of things on Earth, but there's still so many other things to be discovered out there in the universe. And one of the ways that scientists do it is with this Hubble Space Telescope, which seems pretty old now, but it actually went up into space during David's lifetime. And what's great about that is that it's floating above the Earth's atmosphere. It's floating in space. So you know how sometimes like you see the sunset, or if it's a very humid or hazy day, you see how that's affecting the light, that's affecting what you can see in the distance. Well, when the telescope is up in space, then he doesn't have any of that air to distort the light coming in. So he's able to see very clearly, take very nice pictures of things that are super far away. So that's a little bit about telescopes.